Just hit start. See whose miles. See whose miles.
How do you start your tracker? Hit start?
He says he didn't know how to start his tracker.
Should I pause?
No.
Because we're not moving.
Well, we got to start moving.
Let's go.
We're expanding our reach down here in Tennessee. On this piece of property in 15 years, Uncle Jay's never found a shed. A lot of deadheads, no sheds.
A lot of deadheads on record, none of them mine.
I was gonna say.
None of them mine. One was a 150 plus 10 point. With a basket 8 and a little scrapper.
Try and find some bone and learn a little something. It's always a good time.
I already got to go back.
What'd you forget?
The camera. I must have set it in the back of the truck.
Oh, your GoPro?
Yeah.
Well, at least you got your New York license.
Yes, in case I get stopped.
Oh shoot. This piece of property, I hunted with Uncle Jay a couple times this past season. I actually saw one of the targets, but not target bucks. We nicknamed Caputo. I don't even know why or what that's from. Uncle Jay nicknamed him that, but he was a heck of a buck, probably pushing. He's definitely mid 140s deer, but thought him to be a 3-year-old, and I probably could have got aggressive and taken a shot at him, but I know it was one of the deer that Uncle Jay wants to let walk. If you listen to our podcast, I've already shot the wrong deer once. Ain't gonna do that again. So just enjoyed watching him for the evening, but we honestly, after November, he kind of disappeared. I feel like if he would have gotten shot in this area, we would know about it, but I don't know. It's a nice day today down here in Tennessee, so good day to stomp around a little bit. It's actually a perfect shed hunting day. It's intermittent cloud cover, probably more cloud cover than blue skies, which is nice for shed hunting because you don't have the glare or the shadows and stuff. So got the Rockies tied tight, got the GoPros ready, got the trusty binoculars, couple waters in the old satchel. See what we see.
We are not far in on our walk, and for reference, this is a little thicket on the side of this hill. It's close to the road. These deer like to bed in here and get holed up. The tree stand is literally right at the top of the hill. I had an encounter, and get to it with Devi, the 8-point that I killed. I had an encounter with him in archery season, and arguably, had I been a little bit more on the proactive side, should have had a 40-yard shot. Well, I did have a 40-yard shot. He was on the move because he was on a hot doe. He was right here, right here. The stand set is right there. That's his trail, Devi Lane.
We had a gigantic windstorm in Tennessee, and it C-blocked the Delta base.
We've been nibbling on it. There's deer in there.
I'm sure they have. Straighten her out so we can see the field.
Little field action behind us, which I use for access. And we're entering this next little patch of woods where I've had a lot of encounters, including in 21, killed Forky and an unknown 9-point a couple weeks apart. Had an encounter, numerous encounters with a buck that I named Beaner because he used to live down by the bean field, and he was a giant, wide 5-point. He was a young deer. I think he was only 3.5, but his right side just was one long, goofy ass beam that came straight up. I was questioned why I did not sling one at him, but I was just looking for something a little year class older or two. My current set is right there. So far, about an hour into our walk and we're still shedless. I have never found a shed on this property.
So we got to stand. You could see the little bush, brown bush in that tree. There's an XOP in that. And then we got another XOP in this woods right here. But we were getting a lot of trail camera pictures, a lot of Moultrie pictures of some really nice bucks down in here early season last year and into the velvet season. Literally, if you took from like that end cedar to that fence gap and you planted it, or like tilled all this, really probably would do brassicas or like a clover chicory mix, honestly, down here in Tennessee, and then screened it off so the deer felt comfortable. This would be stupid money in the bank, shorty what you drank, because the deer use this field pretty readily regardless. They do, they use this field. There's a bunch of clover in it just naturally, but man, that would be insane.
We are now pretty much in the heart of the bedding area, doing our little legal encroachment to the sanctuary. It's the middle of March, and the camp manager says now's the time you're allowed to encroach. So we are.
Whew, I had to shed a layer. This 15-year no shed drought, we got to break it. And I feel like we're getting into the area. I mean, you could see this hillside it's thick in here. It's thick, and we're getting towards the top of it. I really feel strongly that if we're gonna find something, it's gonna be up in this region.
Hey, watch the prickers. Watch the prickers. There's only a couple.
Because I broke the streak.
Huh?
I broke the streak.
Look at that. Mark the calendar. I needed a little daily luck.
Fire.
Nice.
I knew we were gonna.
Now where's Caputo? All right. I'm stoked.
Looks like last year, 2 years
Hey,
ago.
can you set it up there and let me find it? Ow.
It looks like 2 years ago.
Yeah, it does look like.
Who is that?
You see that joker?
All right.
Is it 6 or 3?
We are on the board.
That's a good trail here.
Yeah.
Here, let me see that.
I'll say.
Let me see.
Who is that?
This is.
Who is that? Who is that? You can hold it.
I don't want to hold it. I want my own. I'm not holding it. I gotta earn my wings.
Big little forker.
I'm gonna find it right in here. It's gonna be the 2-point. That was nice of him, though. He was gonna let me carry it. Nice of David. He's such a nice fella. Let me carry his shed. This is gnarly.
Come on, big fella. Where'd you put him? Where'd you put them?
Here's my XOP. I was in that tree and I did a tear down and a reinstall in under 30 minutes. That was pretty sweet. Stands are easy to get in and out of and set up. Sticks, they're tight. I mean, them things are tight. But we're gonna relocate it to this tree here. It's got a little more cover on it. I'll have to do a little pruning and duning, but I think this makes more sense.
We're on the final leg of our stomp for the day, and we saved what looks to be the hardest part for the last, which may or may not be a good thing. I don't know.
It's steep.
It's steep. I'll cruise down there. You can bebop.
Our last jaunt for the day, our little antler tour.
So as I'm looking at this hillside, I could see like taller cedar trees, but you can kind of see how they shade like parts of this hillside down here out into this point. I'm just gonna go check that out because like I feel like I gravitate to it, and like if that's the case, kind of human nature. Maybe it's just nature in general.
Uh-oh. Could this be my first? Oh, an old one. But it's a shed. It's a shed. Look at there. Couple-year old, but would you look at that? Uncle Jay breaks the seal. He broke the seal. The shedless seal.
The son of a bitch found one. Looks like a decent one. Shit. Shit, that's a real nice one.
Couple years old, but that's all right. Nice 8.
That is a nice 8. All right.
I'm on the board, baby.
He's on the board.
It took me 5.5 miles on this.
This is
Just
it
in
though.
the huh?
Up here
Yeah.
in this grass.
This
I mean,
is
you
all-
could walk
this is-
right over them, but
That was crazy. And that's how that thing was sticking up just out of the ground. I'm like, oh, as soon as I saw it, I'm like,
pull it.
pull it.
Nice. All right.
You carry it. I'll carry it.
Oh, you carry it for
I'll
good
carry
luck.
it.
I'll carry it if you carry it. I heard the whistle and I knew right away.
I figured you would be excited for the whistle. I look like getting the beer, but it's not.
Why did he whistle at me? Why? Well, I think that just about wraps us up for the day. Solid day. Probably close to 6. Maybe a little over 6 miles. 2 sheds. Good time, good weather. We'll take it.